How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sunday, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it is Wednesday here on the show. It is New Year's Eve. And yes, we are here today, although we will not be here for After Dark. We're going to do a replay for After Dark here today, but starting next week, 4 straight weeks of guests in January on After Dark Radio. That'll kick off next week, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern on Wednesdays. We'll have a nice replay here today. But we're live for this show, and we will be joined by Filthy Tom Lawler, who is coming to us. He's on location, so we'll talk to him after the first break. But we got a lot to talk about here on the final day of 2025. I mean, many questions. How long is it going to take for me to stop saying 2025 and 2026? How many file names will I screw up and for how long? Well, if you've got a prediction for 2026, Friday is going to be our annual prediction show. Friday here on Wrestling Observer Live. So get ready to call in Friday with your prediction. We'll also read last year's predictions. Who was a prognosticator and who was a fool? We've also got a lot of news. Dynamite New Year's Smash is coming up here tonight. We got the Tokyo Dome coming up this weekend. And a lot of news as well, including what's going on with the WWE and Peacock. CMLL had a historic end to 2025. We got another WWE star undergoing surgery. Tanahashi, some updates on his final match. CM Punk and Kevin Nash. We got the NXT ratings for last week's Christmas show. And we've also got the NXT TV report for last night. And boy, have I got wishes for 2026 when it comes to NXT. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. What was up with this week? Everyone thinking Monday was Tuesday.
Well, was
Everyone?
you, sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it happened, it was like I got all these people that were messaging me going, my God, I thought it was Tuesday too today. It was like something happened with like the moon or something, and it caused everybody to think that Monday was Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, God, am I losing it?
Yes.
Have you ever lost something and gave up all hope before finding it in an obvious place?
Yeah, my mind. I went to go make her the quesadilla, and I opened up the pantry, and there's no tortillas. Looked down on the ground, and there's the package that they used to be in, but there's no tortillas. So I call Hanale over, and she says, well, I didn't know how to close the bag.
Uh-oh.
So I put them all in a box of light bulbs. I said, why did you put them in a box with light bulbs? Swear to God, she goes, if that box is good enough for light bulbs, it's good enough for tortillas. And I said, no, that's not worse. I open the box, these tortillas are hard as a rock.
She is so your daughter.
Crumbling to dust.
It's insane.
God.
I lost my wallet at the Alamo Dome. The next day, I got a call from an usher that he found it. When I met up with him, everything was still in it. He refused to accept any money from me.
Wow.
Wow. I once lost my wallet, El Segundo.
Lantian says Big Dave's sanity.
Wow.
Well, I mean, he found it then. It's right there. It was never lost.
99% of the time, no matter where I park, I always know exactly where it is. But there's always that 1% of the time where is my car?
Dude.
And it's like in a bizarre place. Like, what was going on? All right, Granny, what do we got?
We need to buy you a machine that you speak into, and it converts your voice into text.
Oh, my God.
So you don't have to write it down anymore.
Absolutely not.
And then I think even better, we put that text into a text-to-voice app and have it read her.
Oh, my God.
Whatever. Stacy Keebler, her and Tori had a eggnog fight. Just a minute here.
Okay.
Looks my page.
Then he
I
looks
decided
completely depressed over there.
Take something from down below.
Mind your own business.
They're like,
Ray Kinsella builds a baseball field
Field
on
of
his
Dreams. Kevin Costner.
baseball.
James Earl Jones.
If you build it, they will come.
Iowa.
Oh, all right.
You didn't let me finish the question, Brian.
She's right.
Oh, she yells at me. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. We're joined by that jackass, filthy Tom Lawler, who is on location here today. Tom, where are you?
I am in Utah.
Utah, you say?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Just outside of Park City, Utah. Heber Valley, Heber City, Utah. Beautiful place. Tremendous. The Swiss Alps of the U.S.
Why are you in Utah?
Some of my good college friends are out here, so I just drove up. A nice brisk 6-hour drive up, and I'll drive back Friday after having some fun. You know what I did yesterday, Brian?
What's that? You went to Park City Jiu-Jitsu?
No.
Oh.
I went ice skating.
Did you really?
I did go ice skating. I only fell one time, and I didn't think I was even going to do it. I thought it's probably not worth the extra wear and tear on my new hip joint. But
yeah, I can't think of anything better than going ice skating right after getting a hip replacement.
Well, I got out there and I did pretty good. I was pleasantly pleased and surprised with how I was able to stay up. So
what is it about ice skating? Can you roller skate?
Can I?
Yeah.
I don't do it very often.
Okay. Because I went ice skating like a couple of weeks ago, and I skated great. I've never ice skated in my life, and
Really?
I haven't even been on roller skates since I was in like 6th grade, and like I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die out here. But man, I was flying after a while. It was just, I don't know, I can't explain it. Maybe it's something with all of our jiu-jitsu. Tom has taught us the balance to be able to successfully ice skate.
It could be. It could be. I also grew up with a pond in my backyard, so I've probably been on ice skates like 200 times in my life.
Oh,
So
well, that doesn't count then. I thought you'd never gone.
no, I've been plenty of times.
Oh, well, God, you made it sound like it was the first time you ever
I haven't
did
been
it.
in a long time. I haven't been in years, and I just had a hip replacement. So
Okay. Well, anyway.
sorry to disappoint you.
I'm a little disappointed. You made it sound like it was the first time you'd ever done something, and man, I didn't fall. I only fell once, and blah blah blah. Now you tell me you had a pond in your backyard and you skated 200 times as a child. Jeez, that's like if in 5 years you like came to Evergreen and were like, I didn't get tapped once by Wang. I'd be like, wow, that's impressive. Good job there. Hey, also I had some people, speaking of athletics, people have asked, why am I doing the show today since I got to get so many steps in? Well, after the Brian and Vinny show, I walked for 2.5 hours, so I only need to get 15,000 steps between now and midnight. That'll be a breeze. And then I'm going to hit my 5 million steps in the year 2025. 5 million steps. Can you believe it? Very excited.
I can.
Yeah, there's nothing really else to talk about here today, so I thought we'd bore the listeners. Okay, so a couple of quick news notes. We'll do the NXT report later. If you are a fan of Peacock, well, today's the day, and a lot of stuff is leaving the network, the Peacock. I don't know exactly how much. I don't know what's going to be left. I think NXT is still there through like March or something like that. But a ton of the archive footage, WCW, ECW, territorial stuff, I mean, that's gone as of the end of today. So if you've got like 15 episodes of Mid-South you still got to watch, you better get started right now because it's going to be gone in a few hours. So,
Brian, does Peacock have SmackDown replays as well, or is that Hulu?
Does anyone know where SmackDown?
Peacock just has NXT and Saturday night's main event at this point, right?
I think that's all that will be left as of tomorrow.
You know, to be quite honest, with the way that they run the WWE Vault and the WCW Vault, and they have an ECW Vault set up, I know. I don't know how much has been put on there, but I mean, they could make more money off of YouTube and ad revenue and stuff like that if that's where it ends up heading to, because that's what it sounds like. I believe it was Mark Shapiro said that they're going to announce something in early 2026 that's non-exclusive, which would lead me to believe would be over a streaming platform where they could, you know, generate ad revenue from YouTube is my big guess. But and I don't know how many people are subscribing to Peacock to watch these archives at this point. I'd imagine it's a pretty low number in the thousands.
It's zero. I mean, if we're being honest. Honestly, I mean, it probably
even I don't go watch that stuff. I just go on the Vault.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably realistically the number of people who are paying specifically and mean to. They haven't like forgotten to cancel that are paying for the archives. It's probably less than 1,000 people.
That reminds me. Every time I see this RAF, Real American Freestyle Wrestling advertised, I forget that I keep forgetting to cancel my Fox One subscription. $25 a month.
Yeah, it adds up, brother. It adds up. But yeah, everything's probably gonna end up on YouTube. They may even have like we have, like a members only YouTube area, but then a lot of stuff also goes up for free, or maybe it'll all be up for free.
I mean,
depends
TNA
on how much they can make for advertising.
Yeah, TNA has already done that. You know what I mean? So hey, maybe this is one of the instances where they take something from TNA when it comes to innovation. You know.
We've also got CMLL finishing off 2025 on a historic note. They sold out 3 Arena Mexico shows in the same week, December 26th, 28th, and 30th. Dave Meltzer notes this kind of sellout run has never been done before in Mexico, and aside from perhaps some G1 tournaments or major WWE PLE weekends, has never been done anywhere else. 6 of the final 9 Friday night shows in Arena Mexico, which holds 16,500, sold out. The previous Friday did not sell out, only 14,000 for a Claudio Castagnoli Ultimo Guerrero CMLL heavyweight title match. And with 2 shows to go, this was what he wrote earlier, including a Pokemon show and an AEW show. That put it right at 1.1 or 1.122 million in paid attendance for the year. So those are crazy numbers for CMLL. And there you go. 3 sellouts in a 1-week period. 16,500 sold out 3 times in a week. That is it's a wild record. Add Sheamus.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
How about this? Last night, in Japan, I believe Saitama Super Arena, 37,000 people packed in the house to watch Ryzen's New Year's Eve event.
Ryzen's New Year's Eve.
37,000 people. Think about that. You know, when you're watching some of the best fighters in the world fight in front of 30 people at the Apex.
So who was on the Ryzen show?
Bunch of guys you never heard of.
Okay. I mean, was there anything good? Did you watch it?
Razabali Sajalayev defeated Mikuro Asakara in the main event.
Oh, really? Big upset.
Yeah. There was title fights at 125, 135, 145, and 155. So I haven't had a chance to see the event last night. Obviously, they're ahead by, God, I don't even know what it is, 16 hours or something. So this event took place last night, early this morning, and hopefully I'll catch up on it this weekend, I guess.
Yeah, good luck. We got the Tokyo Dome this weekend.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Sheamus has undergone shoulder surgery. His wife, Isabella, uploaded a video of the couple arriving in Birmingham. When I told my husband I wanted to go on one last trip before the end of the year, this is not what I meant, she said. From the Eiffel Tower in Paris to Rome to Barcelona to Birmingham Surgery Center in Alabama. But I'm honestly just happy to travel with him. So he needs shoulder surgery. He'll be out. And I don't know what happened to Sheamus, actually. I don't know if this is just wear and tear or working out or something that happened in the ring. I'm trying to remember if he got an injury in the ring. I don't remember anything. Do you?
No, I mean we would have seen him in that last time is now tournament. I think was the last time.
Yeah, he was taken out of the
that we saw him.
tournament.
Yeah. I mean, either way, hopefully he gets that shoulder fixed so that he can throw some punches that are to the liking of Bret Hart.
More bangers. 47-year-old.
47?
Sheamus is 47, dude.
What a beast.
Yeah. All right, back in the moment. We got a lot more. Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Granny, what have you got today?
Okay, everybody be quiet, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Google, tell us a joke.
What's the most musical part of a turkey? The drumsticks.
Ba-da-cha.
Hey, Google, you suck.
Well, I am still learning. What should we fix?
The guilt in the response.
Hey, Google, that's enough. Hey, Google.
Shut your hole.
Hey, Google.
Hi there, I'm listening. How can I help today?
Hey, Google. Shut up.
How can I be of service?
No, that won't quit.
God.
Hey, Google. No more. Stop.
This is how the war with the robots begins.
Name the hip hop group that asked the question, are you down with OPP in 1992?
Granny, I will pay you $100 to read that again, please.
Yeah, can you read more?
Name the hip hop group that asked the question, are you down with O period, P period, P period in 1992?
You somehow made it better. Oh, period. P
Stop the show
period.
now. We have peaked.
P period.
Please send those edits to Brian's email.
Are you down with O period, P period, P period? On the show The Big Bang Theory, Leonard and Sheldon are both
Nerds.
physicists. What is there that at what?
What the hell just happened right there?
Physicists,
Yes.
Physicists?
Yes.
Yeah. I lost my track.
you lost your crack.
You were at Sisyphus.
In what city was Nipar
Brooks.
Shakur shot and killed?
Excuse me, say that again.
In what city was Tupac?
Two-pack. Vegas.
Check.
Vegas Strip.
Yep.
Join us!
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, we got a trip to the Vegas Strip, by
Yeah.
the way.
You can get shot too.
Yeah.
No.
Hey Google, take a nap. Hey Google, wake up. Hey Google, are you awake?
Here's a YouTube music station called Are You Awake?
Hey Google, stop!
Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. This is interesting. As things almost went off the rails at AEW All In 2023, Samoa Joe helped get the show back on track and give fans a product they paid to see. Tony Khan told Q101 Radio that Wembley in London in 2023 was AEW's most successful pay-per-view by far, due to the incident backstage that took place between CM Punk and Jack Perry. Khan credited Joe, who faced Punk at the pay-per-view, with de-escalating the situation and making sure their scheduled match could still happen.
What is going on here?
What? You there?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up? Can you hear me? Tom? Where'd Tom go? Hey, can you hear me? Tom is left. Tom is joined. What's going on? Oh God, this is classic. Leave it to, let's see what we can do here. Hey, it's New Year's. Who cares, everybody? I'll just tell him to try again. This is what's called great radio. You know, I've been doing this a long time. Anyway, Tony Khan said it was very good Samoa Joe de-escalated the situation. Also that Samoa Joe made sure the fans got the match they thought they had paid to see. He went out there, everything was great, he was such a professional. This exemplifies Samoa Joe in and out of the ring, the most professional man. He was so great that day and so many other times. He's one of the most incredible people I've ever met. What a leader he is in and out of the ring. A captain, a true captain of a team. I'm very blessed that he is in AEW. Where's Tom at? I don't know what's going on. Tom? You there, buddy?
Yeah, Samoa Joe rules, Brian.
Yeah, what happened there?
I have no clue. No earthly idea.
Bad internet? Hey, you know who's a really, really professional guy?
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, Samoa Joe.
He'd be at an internet cafe with reliable service.
So, I mean, I don't know everything that happened here, but you guys can go back and watch the shows, and I mean, it's pretty obvious that something happened here. So, a few weeks ago, if you'll recall, there was a segment with Samoa Joe and all of the guys from the main event of the pay-per-view. Swerve was out there, Hangman was out there. All three of them cut promos on each other when it was at that point a three-way, okay? So they all cut promos on each other. So then, if you recall, MJF comes out, and MJF proceeds to eviscerate all three of these guys. And
he was like The Rock in the late 90s.
Man, he just sliced these three guys to ribbons. And when he's done, they just played his music and he left. And like fans, you know, he's got great delivery. So like fans were talking about how great it was and how awesome it was. But I remember watching it thinking, you just made those three guys look like geeks. And like they never said a word. They just took it and stood there like nerds. And I was like, wow, that was actually kind of weird, honestly. So then, well, what happens the next week? Well, the next week, MJF comes out, wins a squash. MJF takes the mic, and he is interrupted by Swerve and Hangman Page. Okay? And they come down to the ring, and MJF never gets to say a word during this promo. He doesn't say one word. And these two guys, I mean, they eviscerated him, like not in a way to like sell pay-per-views or matches or anything like that. They just buried this guy.
Hangman had a chain wrapped around his neck and was pulling him up while he was prone on the mat.
Yeah.
While Swerve Strickland basically just yelled at him.
Yeah, well, first Hangman yelled at him and called him a horrible person and this and that, and then Swerve just eviscerates him as well, talking about nobody who's ever worked with you ends up better, everyone you work with ends up worse off, and like I was like, whoa. But you know what? In all of that, you know who came out and just did a pro wrestling promo to build up the pay-per-view? Samoa Joe. He did not get involved in any of this.
He wasn't even at the segment. He was in like a backstage thing talking.
But even on the backstage, it was like
he didn't put himself in that situation.
Yep, he did his pro wrestling, build up the pay-per-view promo, and that was it. And I was like, well, there you go. That guy, look at that. So anyway, Samoa Joe's a professional, and he's a great guy, and happy that he got 2 runs. Because, guys, forget, actually you probably don't because I mention it all the time, he was never supposed to win the title the first time. The first time that he won the title, it was supposed to be Adam Cole beating MJF for the title at World's End.
But that was when Adam Cole jumped off the thing and broke his ankle and was out forever. And, MJF was leaving, I think, to do a movie or something like that. And they needed somebody to beat him. And they chose Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe won that title. And, man, he was an incredible champion for those 2 months or whatever that he was champion. And I remember when it was over, I was like, that guy was never supposed to be in that spot, but I wish he would be in that spot again. And he got it a second time. So congratulations to Joe. Well deserved. He is a pro. Tanahashi's last match is coming up this weekend. January 4th, Tokyo Dome. He'll be facing Okada. And I'm almost certain that match is going on last.
They announced that it is.
Okay. And who do you think's winning, Tom? You still think it's going to be Okada?
100%.
100%?
Yes, I'm going 100%. Okada's winning that match.
I'm not going 100%. I think it's likely that Okada's winning the match, but
I think referee Paul Turner is going to be there as the ref.
do you know this Paul Turner?
A little bit.
Yeah. You want it? Yeah, what do you think of that finish of the paper?
It was horrific. It was horrendous. One of the worst finishes I've ever seen.
Well,
the idea behind it to screw Fletcher, fantastic. You know what I mean?
Well, fantastic. It wasn't in this particular tournament.
But the actual, the way it went down and the actual execution of that finish was so piss poor. I'm insulted.
It was terrible. But anyway, Red Shoes likely will be the referee, and I think he'll call it down the middle.
Is that much better?
And yeah, it is. I mean, well, barely. But I do think there's a chance that Tanahashi wins, and I think that he should win, if we're being honest. And it was announced that there's going to be luminaries, which I think we all knew anyway. But we're going to have some AEW stars that are going to be at the show. New Japan has announced Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay will be part of the ceremony that they're going to be doing for Tanahashi. And I am not, let me make this very clear, everybody. I am not reporting this, okay? But, I do believe there's a chance that Shinsuke Nakamura could be part of this celebration as well. So we shall see.
Brian.
Yes.
What about the other of the three musketeers, Katsuyori Shibata?
He could be there as well. He's not been announced, but he should be there. Honestly, everybody should be there.
That's a bigger deal in Japan, I would imagine, than almost anybody else. That even Omega or Ospreay, you know what I mean? Like the history that those two have and how they were interwoven while also being completely separate for a large portion of their careers. I think that's a huge deal to have Shibata there. So hopefully he is as well.
This person says, shame AJ and Balor won't be. Raw is the next night. Actually, technically, Raw is 2 nights later because I believe the Dome show is Saturday night our time. So they could make it back for Monday. So are AJ and Balor even announced for next Monday anyway? Let's see if we've got a Raw line.
Well, I mean, AJ just lost the tag titles, so...
Neither AJ or Balor needs to be on Raw at this point because the Raw lineup has Punk and Braun Breaker, Kabuki Warriors against Rhea and Io for the tag titles, and Punk and Braun is for the world title, and Maxine against Becky Lynch for the women's intercontinental title. So, they don't need to be on Raw. Well, we'll see. I mean, obviously there's not a WWE New Japan relationship, nor do I think that AEW would be happy if a bunch of WWE guys were there when their AEW guys were there. Yeah, so we'll see. Okay, let's see. December 23rd episode of NXT, 602,000 viewers, and a .08. This was 2 days before Christmas, day before Christmas Eve. So those numbers are they're fine. I don't think that the Christmas night, the Christmas Eve Dynamite and the Christmas night Collision, we don't have those numbers yet. I would not expect good numbers, which furthers my argument. I guess we'll wait for the numbers before I make my argument again. But I think the Continental Classic should be moved to a different month. That's my main takeaway from all of this. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about the NXT show, which was a taped show, which I would say was fine. I wouldn't say it was great. There were a couple.
They got
things
all the
that were good.
awards wrong.
Oh my God.
Every single one of them.
We'll talk about the awards. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Well, we reviewed SmackDown yesterday, Tom, and you don't even get SmackDown. You're very, just, you know how you are.
Fine. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever.
That's your impression of
Yeah,
me?
that's my impression of you.
Wow.
So what are we, at least, I hope you at least watch the SmackDown main event.
I watched the entire show. of
Okay, because there's a
SmackDown.
lot of people that still like your review, Tom.
I went on the board and I saw like 2 people.
Yeah, do you go on, you go on Twitter?
Yeah, I do go on Twitter.
You read my emails?
I do go on
The
Twitter.
text messages? I mean,
Do you go on Twitter? Because if you do,
unfortunately, yes.
you would have seen one of the greatest moments in world history.
In
take
world
place.
history, really.
World history. Frank Tate walked away the victor of the fight, but he walked away an even bigger winner when it comes to life. This man completed what I would say is the best high five, the best dap up in the history of the galaxy. This man had his dog. And when I say dog,
Barely a dog.
I mean DOG and DAWG. This was a dog, baby. The dog was so proud. You can see just the elation in that dog's face. He threw that paw up. He let it hang for a few moments, and then he brought
Tom's
it down
not even
for the dap.
Tom's not even doing this justice. Everyone has seen a dog,
Listen.
like you put your hand out and the dog like puts his paw up to shake hands. This freaking dog goes, ah, hoppa! Like, what? That was more than a high five. I don't even know what you would even term that. He dunked. He dunked that man.
30 million views on this clip. And that is about 1/10 of what it should have. So if you haven't seen it, you deserve it. Treat yourself. Go to my Twitter. Watch Frank Tate high five his dog.
No, he did not high five his dog.
The dog high
His
fived
dog
him.
high fived him. Yes. He just wanted like a, just boom. And this dog was like, no way, brother. You knock that man out. I'm going to give you a big time dunking high five from way up high. You go high five, up high, down low, too slow. This was an up high. Guy should have pulled his hand away.
It's the best thing you've ever seen.
Man, too slow, Joe. Yeah, it was pretty good. Not going to lie. I liked it. You ever notice I got some of the stupidest people that follow me on Twitter?
Hey,
I gotta read some of these. So everyone's talking about the the neck injuries and the head injuries and everything like that. And someone's solution to all of this was, what if we just made stronger necks? And so my response was, well, ask Kurt Angle how that worked out for him. And this fella here goes, he broke in the Olympic trials, not doing a Tiger Driver 99. Brother, I didn't say anything about how he broke it. The point was, he had a really, really, really strong neck, and he still broke it multiple times. People think before they tweet.
no.
Oh. But I do got to read one great tweet here
Thank you.
from my friend Lou Lyon.
Oh.
Yeah, he says he's got a picture of a framed John Cena shirt that says "Never Give Up," and it's signed by John Cena. Apparently, it is a collector's piece of memorabilia. And Lou says, Brian, this was $1,900 at a memorabilia store. However, I told the owner it was devalued over the last week as Cena quit in his retirement match. Not knowing I was joking, the owner said he would get back to me Friday with its lowest price. Ha 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 ha! Never give up, brother. Never give up. Except when you do. Why don't you take us through this NXT report? Which I was ready to give up on, but I didn't.
It was fine.
It's fine.
A very apropos ending.
Yeah, it really was.
For 2025.
It was oh my God.
This is one of those shows, Brian, where there's a lot of stuff I'm watching and I'm like, they are either doing this just to make Brian mad or make him happy.
They never do anything to make me happy. What are you talking about?
Oh, get out of here.
God.
We'll get to it later. We had Ethan Page versus Moose for the NXT North American Championship to start the show. Page jumped Moose during the championship introductions by Mike Rome. Moose hit a spear early in the ring, and Page rolled to the floor. Moose tried for another one, but he ran shoulder first into the steps. And this was like the beginning of a long, repeated process where Moose would try to run into Ethan Page and be thwarted. Although he did have some great offense. He started making a comeback with a suplex, a sky-high power bomb where he pulled Page off the second rope into it. He drop kicked him off the top rope and then tackled him through the dasher boards on the floor. Hit another spear in the ring, but Page was able to get his foot on the rope. He went to the outside once again. Moose ran around the ring. He looked for another spear, but Page backdropped him onto the steel steps. This looked awful. The referee ran out of the ring immediately, was checking on Moose, but apparently he was all right, or at least good enough to continue on. He kicked out of a big splash off the top by Page, and then Page grabbed him, hit the twisted grin, and retained the North American title.
I thought
Ethan
this match
Page
was really
fantastic.
good. Yeah, this was a really good match. Ethan was great. Moose was great. Moose firing up as a babyface was awesome. It was a really good match. I was happy when this ended. Then I got angry.
We then had a number of segments where they would give out awards for NXT. So this year, the NXT Male Superstar of the Year. And I believe they say, like, thank you for voting, but I don't think there's actually voting, right? These are kayfabe
I don't know.
awards.
I think there was voting.
I never saw a voting poll put out there. Who voted?
I don't know.
The cretins in the NXT arena?
Well, here's the point, Tom. They announced the Male Superstar of the Year.
Yes.
And the winner of this frickin' award is Javon Evans. Now, listen, I love Javon. I think everyone's well aware. But this guy didn't win a single title the entire year. Every time he was in position to win the big one, he failed. He, in this thing, beat out Trick Williams, a multi-time champion.
He was TNA champion as well.
Ricky Saints, a former champion, NXT champion. The longest reigning and most dominant champion the entire year, Obafemi. He beat all of these guys.
Brian, Obafemi's first title reign was 262 days.
Yes.
Right? Like, he went from January till September with the belt, and then he got it back 3 months later. How is this guy not the Male Superstar of the Year? What?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because the fans voted.
Are you sure?
So, well, the point of this, Tom, this is what's amazing about this company, is once again, I mean, every time I watch this show, it's like, you guys are so incompetent. You're the only company that doesn't understand what you have with Javon. AAA gets it. The main WWE on the main roster, they get it. You guys are morons. But even the fans chose Javon over all of these other guys. He wins the Superstar of the Year. And what do you do in the main event of the show where he won Superstar of the Year? He gets beaten by Ricky Saints. I was like, of course he did. Can we get this guy off the show? I'm begging. I like, what do you want from me? Just get this guy off this show forever and just move him somewhere where he will be appreciated and pushed for his talent. God.
Evolve?
He'd be pushed better in Evolve, I can tell you that much. He'd probably be Evolve champion the first day. Like, everybody that gets Javon is like, oh my God, let's do something with this guy. Except NXT, which had him for the last 2 years and didn't do jack with the guy. God.
Someone attacked another young star.
This guy goes, it won't
backstage.
get better on the main roster. Dude, it's already better on the main roster. He's already pushed as a bigger star on the main roster than he is in NXT. Dude, he was in the main event of John Cena's final show at Madison Square Garden. He was on Saturday night's main event in a tag team match for the tag team titles. Like, everywhere that he's
are we
gone.
Sure? Were we sure that match was for
I think it was for actually, I don't know anymore. I think it was. I can't remember. But anyway, the point is, he has been pushed better on the main roster. He has been pushed better in TNA. He's been pushed better in AAA, in all of those places than NXT. I hope this guy goes in the Hall of Fame someday and like does a Hall of Fame speech and doesn't mention NXT. I wouldn't. I would ignore that I was ever there. Ever.
Someone attacked Kendall Gray backstage.
Yes.
Ren Sinclair was screaming for help. Izzy was trying to rally the culling to go after Tatum, but Spears and Vance, who's back, they're both scared. They're too scared of Tatum Paxley. So Izzy Dame goes to the ring. She's booed vociferously.
Yeah, but it's the same thing where like she just talks over the crowd. She doesn't acknowledge it. She doesn't play it up. God.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of her.
No, this promo
here.
sucked.
She said Tatum can't be fixed. Nothing she could do will scare Izzy. Tatum is spiraling out of control. Eventually, Tatum came to the ring. She said she was sorry that Izzy was insecure. She said next week at New Year's Evil, there's no Spears, no Vance, no dolls, no chainsaws. Hallelujah. Izzy tried to walk off. Tatum told her it isn't done until she says so. Izzy tried to kick her. Tatum avoided it, gave her wacky finish, and stood tall. Then
that finish looked terrible.
It was horrific.
God, this segment sucked.
NXT Tag Team of the Year. Okay. Zaruka won this award.
Yeah.
So they do a promo. Zaruka, we can't tell if they even like each other or hate each other 90% of the time. They do a promo here where they talk about all their big accomplishments. But every time they talk about those two teaming together, they lost. They're like, we challenged for the tag titles. Well, you lost that. We were on Evolution. Well, you didn't win that either. So, I mean, what are the qualifications of being the tag team of the year?
Well, it's clearly fan voting, and it's a popularity contest. And people like Soul and Zarya. And they really like Soul because she won 2 awards.
JC Jane, who should have won the Female Athlete of the Year easily. That's another one.
It's fan
she
voting,
took on
brother.
Ren Sinclair next. This was like a showcase in many ways for Ren, who we should expect a big 2026 from, but well, we're still here in 2025. So.
Well, this is going to be the year of Ren Sinclair losing every single solitary match in NXT in an attempt to get her over. And then at the end of the year, she can win Female Superstar of the Year. Because it sucks.
Ren worked over the left arm of Jane, but eventually JC landed the rolling encore after they did a bunch of reversals. And after the win, Fatal Influence jumped Ren. They kind of beat her. I was laughing, honestly, at what oh God, what are the other girls in Fatal Influence?
It's Fallon and
the way Fallon was kicking Ren Sinclair. She was just like kicking her in the hamstring repeatedly. Kendall Gray made the save, locked an armbar on Jane's compromised arm, and she faces off against her for the title next week.
Kendall's one-woman comeback against all 3 of these women was incredible.
Yeah, she rules.
God.
We then had, Brian, the commentary moment of the year.
Yeah, I told you.
Late in 2025, they do Joe Hendry's New Year's Eve concert, and Booker T has done a 180 flip on this guy in the last few weeks. He is talking about how much he loves the songs. He's like, what if he comes out here and sings a song I don't know? What am I going to do? He starts singing the Joe Hendry song, kind of. He's like, Joe Hendry, oh, Joe Hendry, we beside us, right there.
He actually didn't know the words for the first time he did the verse. We remember Joe Hendry, I think is what he said. I was like, yeah, we do.
Hendrix sang some songs, and then Dark State, yikes, showed up and beat him down.
Booker T, like, this guy needs to be promoted to the main roster. I mean, he is incredible. And, like, God, he was awesome on this show.
Ava had a segment with Blake Monroe. Blake Monroe wants a different ref.
I don't want anybody I like on this show anymore. I need them to go somewhere else.
Ava goes, well, I can't guarantee you'll get a different ref. And it's like, why not? That's actually one thing you can guarantee. What is there only one ref going to show up?
That's her gimmick.
Sick?
That's her gimmick, is to be lazy.
Get out.
We'll see who ends up being a ref. Who knows?
Pavion Heights defeated Alexis King in 8 seconds.
Good. Finally.
To win the speed tournament, and he will now face Jasper Troy.
Finally, they did a quick match.
The NXT match of the year was Obafemi versus Trick Williams versus Javon Evans from Stand and Deliver. Why not? We then had Swipe Right.
This was the actual
champion Jackson Drake.
This was the match of the year.
This was great.
Out the Mud versus Swipe Right. Like, this was the best and the most dominant that Out the Mud has ever looked. These two Swipe Right geeks, Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor, I mean, they were the best freaking geeks.
Chicken crap heels.
They just got murdered.
They're like the Beverly brothers if they were transported into 2025.
Loved it. Loved this match.
I
like this show better than I thought, now that I think about it.
They're perfect to get beat down by OTM. OTM should just beat them up for like the next month.
Great.
In multiple combinations.
Excellent.
And it's going to be awesome. And then we had Ricky Saints and Javon Evans in the main event. And Evans, fought at the beginning. He got away from his trademark
Let's be honest
style.
here. This was a taped show, but like these fans were not that into Javon here. They were just watching the match. They cheered for his moves, but it was like, I mean, I think they're all exactly like me. It's like, I don't care about Javon matches in NXT anymore. I just don't care. I know he's going to get beat or he's going to be made to look stupid even if he does win. It's like, I have no investment in this guy in NXT anymore. Main roster, fine, great, fresh start, whatever. But, like, I did not care one bit about this match. I was like, should I finish this match or should I get some steps in? I guess I got to finish it. And sure enough, he got beat, and then the show ended, and I was like, yep, Happy New Year, everybody.
The show ended about as cold as it could be. You know what it was like? It was like when Vince McMahon was yelling at Roman Reigns. He's like, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
You can't just have Javon beat some other guy and get a big win and send the fans home happy on New Year's Eve.
The crowd was dead.
All right, stand by. Observer Live. Check out this free video and make sure you hit like and subscribe. Hey, listen, we're going to start with the real main event of the weekend. We witnessed with our own eyes Minoru Suzuki versus Butterbean with Dan Severn as the special guest referee. The worst match in the history of professional wrestling.
We all knew it was going to be a train wreck.
Oh, yeah.
I said, this is going to be a train wreck. I want to see this train wreck. I must see this train wreck.
I will give credit to Butterbean. Butterbean was very, very fat, and I don't think that he could walk. And he spent a lot of time with DDP.
Yes.
Did a lot of DDP yoga.
Yes.
And DDP literally got him back on his feet.
Yeah.
The entire first round is just like standing there. And the brawling's kind of like, and Suzuki like throws, he finally gives him a good one. How'd you like that one? So Butterbean falls to the ground by holding onto the top rope, squatting down a little, grabbing the middle rope, squatting down a little further, and then he lays on the ground. The crowd's chanting "Fight Forever," which sounds like a horrible idea. Yes. So the ring announcer says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have just heard from the special enforcer, Dan the Beast Severn. He has ruled that the match is a double countout." And the fans are like, "What? Boo!" And they're all angry. And I'm like, this is the most ballsy match I've ever seen. I heard a rumor that Suzuki was talking to someone before the show about this match. And he was like, this match, very bad. And the person was like, Minoru, dude, it's going to be fine. Like, you can do this. You're great. This match is going to end up fine. And Suzuki said, no. That was it. Okay. And I got in just in time to see Minoru Suzuki versus the sex doll.
and people were very upset that I did not refer to the sex doll by her name.
Yoshihiko.
I have great respect for the sex doll as a non-person because the sex doll is not a person. But there's a reason.
It's a doll.
There's a reason.
For sex.
Is he going to wrestle a sex doll and have a better match with a doll than he had with Butterbean? And the answer is yes.
Emphatically. The Butterbean match exposed the business much more than this match.
Yes, in fact it did.
The match with the sex doll was far more realistic. It was far more believable. It was far more credible. I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating or making this up.
Hey, I should mention as we head into the new year, you guys should all get a cameo. A New Year's cameo, a birthday cameo, an anniversary cameo, a pep talk cameo, a burial of your friend's cameo. I just got my cameo stats here. I ranked in the top 2% for most videos completed in 2025 of all the people on Cameo. Top 2%.
Congratulations. That's pretty cool.
Most videos completed. Can you believe that?
No.
I can't
honestly.
either, actually. But you know what? I did it. So let's do it, everybody. Let's get some cameos in.
Maybe I should start doing cameos. Jeez.
You know what? I'm so excited. I'm going to drop the price right now. What do you think about that? Let's put him at
$9.98.
Let's put him at $20.
Oh.
Yeah. We did $10 cameos for a while there. It was fun, but after a while that was a lot of cameos. So I put it at 20. That's a good price. So $20 cameos, everybody. F4W Online on Cameo.
Yeah, if you happen to be bedridden and you want Brian to tell you to just get up and walk it off.
Hey, was I wrong at the end of the day, Tom? What have you been doing lately? A lot of walking. And you did so much walking, Tom, that you went ice skating and did it successfully and only fell down once and didn't re-break your hip.
Yeah, it's because I was doing the gritty, too. That's why I fell.
Excuse me.
I was hitting the gritty on the skates.
Can't you take
the one that Swerve does? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how you fell down?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you deserved it then. Well, anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Tom, you're going to be back next week. We got no show tomorrow.
I may call in Friday and make a prediction.
Actually, you should. The prediction show is Friday, everybody. No Observer Live Thursday, no After Dark today. We'll be back on Friday for the annual prediction show, so have your prediction ready. I'm going to open the phone lines in the first segment, and we're just going to rock and roll until the last segment when I read the predictions from last year and we determine a winner. So it's going to be a lot of fun Friday, so check it out. And that's it, everybody. Thanks, Tom. Have a good vacation. Have a great New Year, everybody.
2025 sucked. Let's make 2026 better.
It did freaking suck. Thank God it's over. We'll talk to you next time, everybody. Wrestling Observer Live.